Uh, Burgess Meredith. All right. I'm done swearing. Are we ready to go live now?
I don't think Burgess Meredith is an actual
Yeah. Ask all of his
curse
wives
word.
whether that's obscene or not. Are we ready to go live yet? Because
Well,
I got it out of my system.
I see some things connecting here. Looks like we might be live on Mixer.
Oh, hello, Mixer. What is Mixer? Is that different
Mixer,
than Facebook?
Well, yeah, Mixer's a Microsoft product where folks can do some live streaming. Looks like our big ticket item is Facebook has already crashed. I think because every time I use this, I have to renew the streaming.
You should try unplugging it and plugging it back in. Is this the plug for it?
No,
I'm gonna pull no. You don't want me to pull that? All right.
Don't pull that. It's on Facebook's end. I think Facebook requires you to renew the streaming key every time you do something. Still trying to connect on Twitch. Still trying to connect on YouTube.
So we may not be live, so I can keep swearing, right?
I think we're live on Mixer, so don't.
Danny Bonaducci.
Yeah, that is a bad word.
I know. And then there's what was that? What was that fella? I can't remember. That's I've had my mouth washed out with soap so many times I can't remember all the bad words, which is good. It makes it safer for the whole live stream.
This?
So and so. Who was our?
I believe we're connected on Twitch
Attorney
right
General
now.
under.
Well, there's C. Everett Koop. I think we're live
on...
on...
C. Everett Koop rhymes with poop, and that's why it ain't a swear, you understand?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was under Clinton. What's her name? She had the mannish shoulders and those really tight glasses.
Janet Reno?
Janet Reno. Hey, you watch your mouth there, Ed. I got it. Well, I got him to say it.
We're live on 3. We're live on 3 out of the 4 streaming services. I don't even know if I'm actually recording any of our output.
How do you do that? You got to push a button on.
Well, I can do it all kinds of ways, but
you push it on there. You want me to push a button on one of them too?
No. I think we're just going to do this right here. Boom. Howdy, folks.
Howdy, folks.
Big Ed Barnum here from Big Ed Barnum's Bobble Barn and Garden,
and Cole Screaming Eagle Wilson here from Cole's Screaming Eagle Wilson's boutique donut and ice cream store. Coming soon to somewhere that ain't Portland, because Portland's got about 75 of them, you understand? And that's the entire title, with several colons and semicolons. It's a long one.
I thought it was a Tex-Mex place where you always got diarrhea. Anyway.
No, that was the ejection seat, Ed.
Oh, right.
Keep up.
Big Ed Barnum here.
Down by the health department. Cole Screaming Eagle Wilson here.
With a very important message. We're supposed to say that at the same time.
Well, you got confused about the lineage of all my entrepreneurial endeavors.
No.
And yes, you were. Yeah, you thought
that's why you shouldn't do an improv, right? No.
Yeah. No, but right. is Ed's improv strategy there.
Anyway,
that's a stupid idea, but here's something even less relevant.
We're coming to you live.
We got a special message for you.
Yeah, I got to go check something over here. Boom, that's what I want to see. Boom. That's not what I want to see, actually.
Hoop, there it is. Well, how about I got some cold beverages here. It's hot as all get out here.
I checked. It is 81 degrees here in Portland right now.
That's a shame.
Which means in the shed right now it is about 91 degrees, and we just turned the lights on. And we closed up all the doors, so I figured.
You want a hard seltzer or some kind of lager, Ed?
Well, I like the idea of a lager all the time, but if it's like a cherry seltzer, blackberry seltzer, I don't want that.
No, you don't want Twilight Summer Ale. Hold on.
No.
How about the Legend lemongrass cider?
All right,
that sounds disgusting. That's
sure.
all you.
No, I don't want that either. I had that the other night as well.
Okay, well,
I shotgunned.
Claim dibs on the shandy.
I shotgunned 2 of those. There's that
cherry?
Right there.
Black
that right
cherry.
there. I'll have that right there.
Now I want you to hey, before you drink that, blow whatever water or bacteria might be on the top, because that came out of my bait cooler. That's the only cooler I have is my bait cooler.
Your what?
Bait cooler.
Bait cooler. I thought you said your bake cooler. I was like.
Well, I put baked goods in there too, because as I just said, it's the only cooler I had.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
This is an impromptu. We were supposed to be coming to you live on July 4 for the Big Ed and Cole Screaming Eagle Wilson's.
I'm going to apologize for the 17th time for that, Ed.
We're supposed to be coming to you live on July 4, but we had a bunch of fireworks. Not the kind that you go out and see, on the riverbank or out by the lake or, in your cousin Julio's backyard. But, the kind of fireworks that, just some stuff happened. Cole, I think you know more about it than I said. I mean, it was
Well, okay, so here's how it breaks down. Number one, this shandy smells like sweat, which is a good sign.
Let me see it.
yeah, it smells like sweat.
It just, maybe.
Which makes me think it's an IPA. But, so, my birthday, as Ed knows, is a few days past the holiday, and I always get too confused. My birthday's July 7th. That's the 7th day of the 7th month, the 7th year of the 7th decade. 7777, right? Ain't brought me any luck yet, but we're still waiting. I always get it confused in spite of that alliteration and numbers. I always say, hey, Ed, is my birthday the 4th or the 7th? And he says, well, you can't remember your own birthday. And I said, well, it's the one that ain't the holiday. And so I rely on others to remember that it's the one that ain't the holiday. So, short story long, I showed up on the 4th thinking we were going to live stream on the 7th, that it was going to honor my birthday and not the birthday of one of the greatest nations in the world, which now makes more sense to me. But I showed up with my annual birthday, let's see if we can register on the North American, what's that one up in Canada that follows all the ICBMs? NORAD. Let's see if we can register on NORAD's radar. I bring everything combustible that I've ever found for the entire year. And I did that on the 4th, which would make sense, but I'm supposed to do it on my birthday. Anyways, this shed is what Ed is living in now because I knocked down most of his house. And the fire department was here, and the police department was here, and Homeland Security was here, and some other folks in black helicopters were here, and they took me away, and I got questioned and probed and whatever. And the point is, we couldn't do the stream, and it was my fault because I forgot what day my birthday is again.
Mm-hmm. And I will say that, most of the house is gone, but I will say this, American Standard makes a hell of a toilet because that toilet is still fully functional. He blew up near the whole house, but he and I both have been tag teaming that toilet all day.
Not just the toilet, but the vent too. And I don't know if that's a part. It was the American Standard tell you the vent because that was the one thing still sticking up was the vent and the toilet and the poop chute down to the ejection to the sewer.
Right down into the city sewer.
Yeah, that
all works just fine.
That works great. And what more do you need at this time of year, Ed?
Well, air conditioning in the shed would be nice.
Well, I can blow that door right off.
I need to get a thermometer in here so we can tell how hot it is going on.
It's hot, Ed. What you need an index of everything?
It is a little hot. It is a little hot. That thing, this window here is not supposed to stay on top the entire time, but I don't care.
What
I don't care.
What are you talking about?
This one right here is supposed to go behind here so I can see, who's looking. What? Anyway, you're looking at this one.
All right.
Yeah, the title on there, Big Ed and Cole's July 6th Jubilee. Actually, I don't know if you know this, Cole, but July 6th, 1996. That's when I had my first wedding to my first wife. My first marriage, and I wish I could re-roll that one. But how
was that the first wedding to that wife or the first wedding total?
It was the first wedding total.
Did you take 2 tries to marry that
first
woman?
Wedding, first wife, first try.
You got it on the first try in terms of the ceremony, not in terms of the life commitment.
I have to say it's the only wedding ceremony where I know that a smoked pig, a bunch of feral dogs pulled it off the thing that they were using to cook it on.
It's called spit.
Wallered it around in the grass, and then the guy, the spit master,
he just hose it off and put it back on the spit.
That's exactly what he did. And it was the best tasting pork I've ever had.
There's nothing like a pig cooked slow. Full pig cooked slow over a spit over a slow fire, except a full pig that's been wallowed around in the mud by dogs and then cooked over a slow fire. Because that gives it that earthy, doggy spitness that makes all ham really makes it that the flouriness of that ham come out. Ham ain't floury. What am I talking about? Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's because you rub the dirt on it. That's what gives it that earthy, floury tone.
I see. I'm just seeing how many viewers we have here. If we were on. I can't say.
Before we started, Ed said, "Hey, we're trying out all this here new technology, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time staring at my Alienware." Good choice.
That's my gaming laptop.
On my Alienware laptop. So you're just going to have to talk about whatever you can to fill the time. And I said, "Well, Ed, the only thing I know about is hams and dirt and flouriness." And he said, "Well, just roll with it." So he don't seem too satisfied so far, but he is satisfied with an Alienware computer. So
trying to reconnect.
I guess it's a low bar. How are we doing over there?
Well, I'm trying to reconnect to Facebook here. I think I need. Yep, I need to refresh the stream.
Maybe you should be reborn as a.
It's too hot to refresh a stream key.
Belch. Maybe you should be reborn as a baby boomer because they can't get off of that thing.
That's actually why we need a technical director.
And a TD.
Well, and now we have a sponsor. We have a couple of sponsors.
Oh, we got. You want to talk about Shield?
About what?
Shield Pure Lawn.
Yeah, I do. Actually, you're gonna put it right here. Actually, we've got our July. Got our July 4 Jubilee plate here.
Yeah, those are some Jubilee plates. Right
some more on that later. Shield Pure Lard. It's the best pure lard that's on the market by the Armor Company. You probably know them from some of their other ham products. Shield Pure Lard. It's the only lard on the market that's guaranteed to be free of chicken bits, gristle, bone, and Cole. I wasn't aware that there was something called lard-like particulate matter.
Lard-like substances.
Lard-like substances. But you're not going to find any of that in Shield Pure Lard. I don't know if we have it in the main camera here. Oh, it's right over there on the side. We'll go back to the main camera here. Shield Pure Lard, whether you're frying chicken, seasoning in a skillet, or you just want to leave it sit out in the sun and have a little bit of a sipping lard.
That's good lard.
You can spend a whole afternoon with Shield Pure Lard. Glad to have them as a sponsor for the show. And we'll be talking more. We might sip a little lard.
Have you got one of those old school can openers where you open the back and the front, so you got a little air? You vacuum. You just drink
I know what you're talking about.
Like
you could, but and it's hot enough. We might not even have to set it out in the sun to sip that lard.
No, it's
warm enough in here.
Its viscosity has lowered to the point where we can ingest it.
Now, regular viewers of our live stream might notice that I am not wearing my signature flannel or my signature.
Hey, look at that there.
Denim. It's hot, so shirt. I thought I might wear. A more breathable fake fabric, which turns out to be not very breathable because
it's hot in here.
I just felt a stream of sweat roll, from my armpit down. It made like a turn around the crack of my butt.
And I ain't sweating because I'm feeling cool.
And Cole,
feeling cool.
You're not in your flight suit. You look pretty cool. I'm just
cool.
gonna move this here and let folks get a better look at that shirt there. I like that shirt.
I'm feeling cool, and I want to tell you, Ed, that we've been doing this show for I don't know how many times we've been on here up on the Facebook
19
streaming,
years.
19 years, and this is the first time that you have noticed that I've gotten my hair cut. And I was worried about how I looked. I was worried about how hot I was going to be, so I went to see Monique, and they opened a second chair, and she's got some other lady in there, and there was some great big Amazonian looking. Well, she was a white lady with gray hair, but she was huge, and she said, "Oh, I called and booked Monique, so you're just going to have to get in line." Even though I got in there before, I passed her on the dang sidewalk. Anyway, so I got my hair cut, and I'm feeling good about it, and I thank you for noticing. Finally.
It's a nice look. It's a nice looking haircut.
And I'm cool.
I was going to say the carpet needs to match the drapes or something, and then it was just like I realized that's a
nobody wants to see.
Has nothing to do
carpet,
with it has nothing to do with the length, but my hair is a little
greasy, curly, and long.
I don't know about curly. Anyway, I'm going to go check something out over here. I was going to say the carpet. You need to silence your monitor.
That's what they call a confidence monitor, okay? Now, I was talking to Ed about that before. I said, hey, what's that crap?
I'm as confident as can be.
Yeah, I said, that's your confidence monitor. He says, what are you talking about, Cole? And I said, well, what are you using that for? And he says, well, I'm going to use it to monitor all the streams. We got all them streams out there. And I'm gonna monitor them, see what's going on, see people can see it, right? See if it's getting through, see if they're making comments. And I said, so you're going to use that monitor to buoy up your confidence in this technological garbage we're doing here. And he says, yeah. And I said, so how would you term that? And he says, I would call that a kind of overrated computer that I'm watching our live stream on. And I said, no, Ed, that's what they call a confidence monitor. He still didn't get it.
I got it. I was like,
how much you pay for that Alienware, by the way?
Well, I think it was about $1,600. I got it to play Diablo 3, and I played Diablo 3 for about 3 weeks, and then I haven't. It's good for. You could
have built a computer to play Diablo 3 on.
Well, months. Anyway, we were talking about your haircut because I mentioned your shirt, and you went off on your haircut.
Oh,
it's a nice shirt.
Oh, my shirt. Okay, yeah. Well, no, as you may have noticed, I finally went ahead and I had the procedure to have my flight suit defused from my epidermis, as it was fused there by heat. I didn't realize it was spectacular and 100% unique and one of a kind crash that I destroyed several hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Air Force investment and R&D in. But yeah, I went ahead and had that done, and so now I'm wearing my daddy's shirt. This was willed to me.
That's your dad's shirt.
Yeah, from Tank Wilson. He gave my older brother, Tank Wilson Jr., he gave him the name, but he gave me the shirt.
The shirt might be cooler than the name.
I'm telling you right now, I made out on that deal because it's a good name, but this is a 100% pure polyester. It's got collar stays too. Look at that stuff go right there. And
so your father was the first owner.
He was the first owner.
So so it's like the provenance of the shirt.
Oh yeah. No, there's no question about where this come from. This is a Jansen original. It's a Portland company. Okay, Jansen Beach.
I know.
Okay, that comes from a clothing company, Jansen Swimwear, and they also made very, very tasteful Polynesian-inspired T-shirts or button-up shirts. You understand? And yeah, my father purchased this when he came back from one of several wars, and he wore it with some success in town. That's why I'm here. You know what I mean?
Success measured by... Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's why my brother's here, too.
I was going to say success measured by what?
But... Well, measured by, copulated. All right. So then he put it in the closet because he didn't need it no more because he said 2 kids is enough. I'm putting this shirt away. It's too hot, right?
Yep.
And so, I've had it for years, but I couldn't wear it over my epidermis/flat suit fused muscular covering. But now that I had that separated, and it scarred me up something awful. But I had a tattoo artist put on these pale white Popeye cracker arms here, so I look okay,
Yeah, looks good.
And but it's a whole Deadpool mess underneath this thing. But that's why I ain't taking it off. But yeah, so I'm wearing this in honor of my dearly not departed, but he's kind of out of this world. He's kind of Buzz Aldrin, lost his crackers there, but he can't wear it no more.
It's well worn in both senses of that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
In both senses of that, I think it's well worn in that.
Oh, it's worn and it's used,
and it's well worn by you.
And it's well worn. Hey, well, thank you. Look at that. Hey, look at them shoulders right there. What about you, Ed? I like this shirt. You got. It's kind of got the bowling. It's going to thin you because it's vertical. Where'd you get this sucker? What's the provenance? What's the story behind that one? You got a signed letter or something that tells where you came from?
No, I just got this was the shirt I got at a 2-for-1 sale at kingsize.com, which is where fat guys buy shirts. That's the provenance.
From the King of England?
No.
King of Denmark. Oh, he has some big guys in Denmark.
About 6 years ago, I was in Vietnam with my wife, and we were walking through one of the public markets. This was in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, depending on how radical you want to be with your Vietnamese politics. Anyway, it was walking through a night market, and they have all kinds of things, clothes, tchotchkes, all kinds of stuff. And as I was walking past this one booth, this little girl was like doing this. It was like and I won't do. I was about to do.
You want me to do it? I ain't got no compunction at all.
I was about to do an awful Vietnamese accent, and she said,
"Crikey, mate, you want to buy this shirt from me? I'm a lovable little lass from Ho Chi Minh City."
Right. That's exactly how she sounded, except she said, "We have King Kong size." And I think she was calling.
Oh, that was for you because you're big like King Kong.
I think she was calling me fat.
No, she was calling you a huge ape that's destructive.
Well,
and totally out of his element.
But it was a weeknight. I hadn't had anything to drink, so I don't know how she knew I was a destructive ape.
So what? Hey, let's get. Well, I'm gonna get serious here for
something's weird here. I feel like we're on. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was mesmerized by our plate here.
Yeah, we should move. That ain't where that belongs.
Oh, you know what? It's not where it belongs. You know what? I think we need to get a bucket. We also have another sponsor tonight.
Hey, can I? I want to diverge for just a second.
Sure.
While you were in there in Vietnam, what did the locals call Ho Chi/Saigon in the city?
Well, most folks. I mean, it is a communist country.
Still,
so most folks, out on the street in public, you know, they're going to call it Ho Chi Minh City because that's, you know. But, you know, Ho Chi Minh City is far enough south that, you know, it's a little laid back, and they know the tourist dollars are there, so they relax it a little bit.
So on their Facebook page, it says they're from Saigon.
Well, no. Well, on their Facebook, Facebook's monitored.
Oh, they ain't got. That's right.
You also have to you also have to turn in your passport to the hotel management when you check into it.
As a great big King Kong Westerner.
Yes. Anybody that's a Westerner checking into a Vietnamese hotel, you're going to turn over your passport, which, you know, is technically property of the U.S. government, but, you know, they'll keep it in. They just want to know who's staying in their hotel. Just saying.
Oh, I got you.
I feel like it took an awkward turn there. All right. I'm going to go on mute in a second, and we're going to introduce our... Well, we're not going to introduce it. We're just going to let our next...
Hey, roll that beautiful bean footage. Time for a commercial.
All right, we're going to let our next sponsor speak for themselves. If I can mute. Mute's not working.
Push it harder and faster.
Oh, my goodness. The mute button.
Oh, hold on.
You see what's going on there,
No, I see what's going on. Why don't you relax for a second?
Let me turn off the titles.
Yeah. Push something else. Now, hold on.
Wow, that's not working.
Take another camera and let's see what happens. Let me try my finger right here.
Yep.
Mute.
Nope.
Mute.
It ain't
muting. How about mute?
Nope.
Mute.
Mute.
How about we just stop talking?
All right. We're gonna be real quiet.
Come on down, cause I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off. They don't call me I'm gonna shoot your balls off, Gary, cause I won't shoot your f***ing balls off. I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $99.95. I got a shotgun and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $79.95. I got myself a Uzi and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $29.95. I got some 6-shooters and I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off. Shit, you say you're broke? Hell, I got a Rambo knife down here. Bring your f***ing balls in and we'll see what we can do. 3 estimates on slicing your f***ing balls off. Shit, you think I'm kidding? I got a goddamn arsenal down here and we are gonna find out some way to separate you from your sweet, delicate family jewels. Otherwise known as your f***ing balls.
All right, shoot your balls off, Gary.
That guy's serious too.
He's definitely a class act. You know, every time I've talked to him, he said, "Let me show you the books." Because
he always said because he shoots folks' balls off for money, and because he does fairly dubious and not very worthwhile haircuts, and can rent you a barge.
Yep.
Because of that esoteric mix of products and services. He always thinks everybody thinks he's a front for some kind of nefarious mob or drug or whatever money. So every time you come in there, you say, "Hey Gary," and he's like, "Hey, but hold them balls off. I'm gonna." And no, I don't want that today. I just want my haircut, or I just need to move a bunch of lumber downstream or a couple cars upstream. And he says, "Okay, before we sign that deal, let me bring out the books." And then he shows you the books, and he gets his bookkeeper out there, and they start legitimizing stuff, and I say, "Hey, Gary, I know
I'm
you're
not the
real
IRS.
Deal. Yes. I wouldn't care anyways. I know you give good value. What you do with the money and how you report it's your own dang business."
You know, I walked in there one time, and I was interested. He had a houseboat for sale that he put on eBay, and I was like, I was in the market for a houseboat, so I went in there and I asked him questions about the houseboat. He's bringing out the books. He's bringing out the housekeeper. He's showing me all the customers that he's got, and I'm like,
Just sell me the houseboat.
I just want a houseboat.
Gary, come on, Gary.
And he's like, he leans in across the table. He's like, if you work for the IRS, you have to tell me, don't you? And I was like, well, no, I don't. I don't work for the IRS, and I'm pretty sure if I did, it's a weird. It's a weird situation.
So he's got a marina, a dock where he docks them houseboats and he moves them, he flips them. Don't flip a houseboat because
I've never thrown anything on the live stream.
There it goes. Hey,
there we go.
But you missed my bait cooler. That's good.
I think I got your shirt wet. I got mine wet.
That's the nice thing about this shirt is you remember Hypercolor?
I do.
All right, Hypercolor. You put your hand on there and your handprint would stay. This is Aqua Disapiro. So you put any kind of drink on there or any kind of booze, liquor, any kind of pineapple extract or vomitus extracted from any of those ingredients, and it disappears immediately. This is high 60s technology.
Hyper touch? What was that?
No, it was a quatus disappearus. I can't remember.
Okay,
Some
gotcha.
Latin garbage that
Gotcha.
means you can puke on it and it goes away, right? What was I talking about? Oh, so Gary says to me, he says, hey, you know, he's got that marina down there. It's up in Stevenson, Washington, up near Joe Frice's joint up there, right? There's a lot of weirdos and Sasquatches up there.
Skamania County?
Skamania County on the other side of the river. You understand? And he says, I got this marina and I need people to help me run it, right? And so I sent this little nephew of mine up there, and he's going to get some work. And he comes back to me and he says, hey, what's the deal with that Gary guy? And I says, well, what you mean? I mean, he, you know, what'd he do? Show you his books? And he says, no. I sat in there and he says, hey, boy, I got a one question interview for you. And my nephew says, well, okay, I think I can handle that. And he says, are you a cop? Because if you are, you have to tell me. And of course, my nephew ain't a cop, so he said no. And he got the job.
How old is he?
Oh, he was 13, no 14 at the time because he had to apply for a work permit, you know. But yeah, no, he wasn't no cop.
You know what? I've had one drink and I got a little water. I'm ready for a snack.
All right.
Which if you know me, I'm always ready for a snack. So I think we're gonna have a little Jiffy Pop here.
Okay, we ain't drinking the lard. I'm moving
Not
the lard
drinking
out
the
of the
lard.
way. I'm gonna put it down here.
While you get that camp stove, I'm gonna
Okay.
open this thing. It says to open. Gently lift this tab and pull along dotted line. All right, I'm going to gently lift this tab. You don't need to do anything to that. Oh, you can pull those arms out.
Yeah, get the arms down, Ed.
Can
I
put
ain't
that,
doing nothing to it except helping it realize its full/only potential.
Trying to get this tab. This thing says
Here,
it's
give me
a
the
tab.
GG
All right,
tab, Ed.
I'm going to get this thing going here. Let's see if we
To
can
open, gently lift this tab and pull along the dotted line.
All right, here we go.
Gently, and now I'm pulling, and it didn't do squat. I think this thing's supposed to come off here.
It is. Turning the gas on.
Oh, hey.
A little more gas.
Hey, where'd you get this thing? Because it is awesome. Come on now.
A little more gas.
Come on now. A little more gas. A little more tearing along the dotted line. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Hey,
I'm going to open this
now
thing.
who's the president?
There we go.
Some jerk off. All right, here we go.
That flame is a little...
Do not remove this tab. Follow all directions. But there ain't no more directions, so I guess we're done. You got your heating plate here, too.
I'm going to get my simmer plate on there.
Simmer plate, we got to get that hot. I ain't never thrown... Well, I have thrown things on the show before, but I ain't never hit the camera before. Hey!
Did you hit
Look
it?
at that shot. I think so. Not in the lens, but...
All right, I'm going to put this thing right on here. I think our camera... you want to hit that camera a little bit? You can see what's going on
I got
there.
you. We got to see all that action. Hold on now. How come there's a Marlon R. Ezel?
What are you talking
There's
about?
text up on this thing here.
Oh, who
It
knows?
don't matter. Does it look good? Tell me when it looks good. Say when.
I think that's
Up,
good. Oh,
up,
go up a little more because
Up,
when we start
say when.
popping that
Oh
popcorn,
yeah. Say
that thing-
when.
keep going,
Say
keep going,
when.
keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, win!
Hey,
Win!
you said when. That's the only reason I stopped. That's a good joke too. If you're a young father who's got a kid especially a boy who's about between the ages of 6 and say 11, like he ain't embarrassed by you yet, and he still thinks you know anything about anything. Try that out. Say, "Hey boy," and the young kids now they may
that
not
always
understand
works.
this.
Hey boy, that
Hey
always
boy,
works.
hey boy, I'm gonna fill this up, and you just say when. You just say when, and that kid says, "Daddy, stop! You got too much liquor in that glass for me. I'm just a little kid." And you say, "Well, I didn't hear you say when," and it runs all over the table.
Daddy, you got too much. You got too much liquor in that glass, and you're still driving.
Well, you didn't say when, and you tell that to the police officer when he finally gets us to stop.
I feel a little unfocused. It's going to take about 1 more minute for that sizzling to start.
Well, my bait cooler's about empty here. I'm going to go outside to replenish it.
I think the keys are in that door.
No, I know
All
what
right.
I'm doing.
All right. I'm just going to make sure the place doesn't burn down here. See if we can get a little action shot. You can't really see the flame in that shot. You can see it a little bit here. I'm going to turn it up. Oh, I think I may have heard the first. It's awfully quiet in here now. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it. Sizzle.
Oh, I thought we were running another advertisement, and you failed to figure out how to mute it again.
I think it's we use Switcher Studio here in the shed, and
we're never going to get their endorsement now if you tell people how it don't work.
Well, if I tell them, in a sensible manner, hey, we were during a live stream and we couldn't get the mute button to work, they're probably going to say, well, it's because you've got something going into the lightning port here, and you need to mute from your mixer.
Port.
It's probably what they're
Ed's always
say.
making up.
I don't want one of that. What do you got here? What do you got for me?
I just got that cherry seltzer thing.
All right.
I know you don't like shandies. Now I like shandies. I like a good shandy because it's it's like a light beer, and I don't know which is worse. Ed,
you got the fire extinguisher, right?
It's right here. It's called a shandy. I thought you said you're going to let that heat up first.
It's like watching a campfire.
Can we?
It's like
you got a hot
nature's
pad? Can we put that
TV.
straight on the flame?
What do you mean straight on the flame? This is not straight on the flame.
I know. Can we put it straight on the flame?
Believe me, I've tested this. Oh, listen. You hear that sizzling?
Sounds like a bunch of frogs farting.
You hear that crackling?
Mm-hmm.
That means the popcorn's coming. That means the popcorn fairy's coming. I don't know what that.
Quit being nerd scary, Ed.
All right.
Sounded like an orc there for a second.
I think if there's anything that would civilize the orcs, I think it's popcorn. Popcorn and shish kebab. I don't know what I'm saying.
You know what would civilize the orcs? Well, we
do you need a sweating towel?
Not yet, but I'm going to hold on. Is this the official
It is.
July 6th Jubilee sweating towel?
Yep. As evidenced by the absence of any type of embroidered writing.
Well, but this is one of them we were talking about.
I think I need to get on my shaker here.
Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's some popping action. That's some pre-popping action.
Got a magical circular motion, and then a little shake, clockwise.
This is Ed's Dungeons and Dragons dice technique. A little bit of magical rotation, then you got to shake it, and then you just got to believe that you're there in the dungeon.
I think we're going to roll a natural 20 with this popcorn.
There it goes. There it goes.
I haven't heard the first one quite yet pop.
Now you be careful, Ed, because I'm especially gun shy ever since that extra tense episode of Miami Vice.
Which one's that?
The extra tense one.
Oh, Michael Mann's extra tense episode.
Yeah, when that
tonight's episode.
Yeah, when that he's a Central American drug dealer, and he comes down there to Miami, and they straight rip him in half in his limousine with a machine gun. 2 or 3 guys firing. Oh, holy cow!
We got a pop.
So I'm telling you, I'm gonna jump straight out of my skin here. Oh, you turn that flame up because you want to blow all at once. Let me ask you this, Ed. Is this popcorn pre-salted and buttered?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
look at the lid. You got the paper over there.
I threw it away because
you have the
it
documentation.
didn't pull along the dotted line. Number 1, there weren't no dotted line. Number 2, there weren't no plastic extension around the circumference of the unit that would allow you to pull in a straight manner, or you just had to rip the damn thing off.
I think we got some popping action going on here.
We got some popping action. I got to tell you, Ed, I have seen some live streams and some live television in my time, but nothing as compelling as this.
Well, we don't have a safety inspector on this.
Hell no, we could die right now. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to go outside for a second. It does smell like maybe not all of those gas fumes are getting consumed by the oxidation process.
It smells good.
It smells
good.
What
you're saying?
No, I know. It also smells like your skin is turning purple. How's that happening?
My skin is turning purple?
Yeah, you got an extra ear, too.
What are you talking about? Ooh. And then it happens all at once, folks.
Oh my gosh. The Tacoma Dome is getting bigger.
You know, when I was a kid, I think it was about 1977, I said to myself, you know, I want to stream live Jiffy Pop popcorn.
Even though you didn't know what streaming meant.
Now, Cole, I don't know if you can see those little cork things over there on that little table.
I can see them if I walk over to the little table.
I'm going to set this Jiffy Pop right on one of those when we're done, which is probably going to be in about 15 seconds here. Look at that dome.
That's a good dome.
Look at that.
Oh. Yeah, you turn that thing off. It's still hot though, so you can roll around on there, make sure there ain't any unpopped kernels.
Just making sure we got our gas all the way off. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, maybe your gas is off. All right, now what do we do with it?
Well, you know, you could open that up and, you know, scald your hand if you were like voracious and really wanted some popcorn. What I'm going to try and do is get this out of the way. Ooh, that table got hot.
I told you we should put something underneath it. Holy Krakatoa! I'm up. You know what I'm gonna do?
Look at that. Be careful. Do not touch that simmer plate.
I ain't touching the simmer plate. Holy Krakatoa! That's hot stuff.
That was a little dangerous.
Well, you the one that said that's where all the excitement comes from.
Smells good.
It smells like popcorn.
If you folks can smell this. But popcorn's one of the things. You've got some things.
Yeah, you want? I brought some macaroni salad in the spirit of the day.
We can have some macaroni salad while we wait for the popcorn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go inside. You hold my sweat towel.
All right. Well, I'll put it right here, so I don't spoil it with anything. And we're gonna hear from Shoot Your Balls Off Gary again, our sponsor.
Come on down, cause I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off. They don't call me, I'm gonna shoot your balls off, Gary, cause I won't shoot your f***ing balls off. I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $99.95. I got a shotgun and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $79.95. I got myself a Uzi and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $29.95. I got some 6-shooters and I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off. Shit, you say you're broke? Hell, I got a Rambo knife down here. Bring your f***ing balls in and we'll see what we can do. 3 estimates on slicing your f***ing balls off. Shit, you think I'm kidding? I got a goddamn arsenal down here and we are gonna find out some way to separate you from your sweet, delicate family jewels. Otherwise known as your f***ing balls.
Smells like popcorn in here.
That was a hell of a timing. The commercial, Shoot Your Balls Off Gary's commercial just ended. Now, I can't put it on the insert cam because we got the hot popcorn in the burner there, but this was going to be our July 4 Jubilee plate. These are nice.
Those are nice.
You know, folks, my grandmother's name is, this one's dirty. It's been on the top. My grandmother's name is Imogene. And somebody in the family, whenever my grandmother would bring out the paper plates, he would call this Imogene China.
Imogene never went to China.
So tell us about your macaroni salad here.
All right, Ed. So this is now I made a bigger batch, you understand, but Ed and I we had a crisis of effort, and it was time to eat, and we said, well, hey, we got that. We got all the macaroni salad for the show, and let's just eat 2 pounds each.
Yep.
So this is what's left. Anyway, so it's macaroni. You understand, right? Stalwart of macaroni salad, and then the dressing's got standard. It's mayo and mustard and vinegar. But I also, in addition to yellow mustard, I use a little Dijon mustard, and then I've chopped up some celery and some green and red bell peppers. And we'll see what you think about that. And, of course, some sugar and some salt and pepper.
It sounds like a bona fide macaroni salad.
Oh, it's bona fide. I'm
going to go on the insert cam here and open up our popcorn here.
Ooh, I am pretty excited not only about popcorn, but also about this macaroni salad. I'm going to give it a little bit of the... You can take that insert there? Oh, no,
sure. The insert's on.
How about that one? How about that?
There you go. Macaroni salad.
America. All right. And you show that popcorn to him, too.
There you go.
I'm gonna
popcorn.
Seal this up and move it out of the way
Jiffy Pop.
here.
I think you've also got a dessert waiting for us too.
Oh, you wait. Ed.
I'm not saying break it up.
You cool your GD heels here.
Don't break it out.
No, you're gonna wait till the end. You understand?
All right, I'm just gonna get set up here. Set up for success.
I'm going straight for the macaroni salad here, and then I'm gonna go into that
as well. So Cole, one of the things we talked about a couple of weeks ago is what you're reading over the summer.
Yeah. So can I move this over on the insert here?
You can move whatever you want to. Just be careful of that right there. That's still hot.
So I committed to reading what's it called? Ken Follett, the fillet of soul, Ken, the pillars of the earth, right there. And this is a big book. I mean, look at this thing.
Yep.
That is a big book. All right. Well,
that's a couple Sundays right there.
And I didn't even start it. You understand? Because I don't think it. I'm not sure it has anything to do with boats or ships, which is going to be a tough slog for me. You understand? So I found this. I was out. Spent the last couple of days in Wheeler, Oregon. You understand? That's an old logging town, North Coast. Okay, between Neahkawnie Mountain, Nehalem estuary there, right? That's where they used to bring in logs, and then where they take out the logs, and the ships from Europe would bring in their ballast, or the East Coast bring in ballast a bunch of soft shell crabs, and they ruin the whole ecosystem. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I found an antique store there, and I found this one. They sailed into oblivion.
Is Oblivion,
which sounds good.
Is that a place in France?
No, Ed. That ain't French. That would be Oblivion. Okay? And that means all the words that ain't fit to print it. Okay? But this ain't about that, right? This is they sailed into oblivion, which means nothing, right? Or death. So, it's written by this guy, A.A. Hochling.
I think that's Hailing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've heard it both ways. Hochling. Here, take that one.
Yep.
Hochling. Yeah, there he goes. Okay. So, and this is they sailed into oblivion. So this A.A. Hochling. Now he served in WW2, and he served on a lot of military vessels, right? And mostly in the Pacific, I assume. And then he was also an armed merchant seaman guard, right? In post-war. Now this thing published in 1959, and now the jacket says that it is an artistic reimagining of all of these historic boat and ship sinkings, right? But it's mostly just
passenger, merchant.
Everything, everybody, and famous ones too. Lusitania.
You know, if you're going to talk about boat sinking, you might as well talk about them all.
Oh yeah, no, and he's got the big ones. He got got the Titanic, got Lusitania, he's got Andrea Doria, but he's also got lesser known ones. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna read.
Like J.K.'s pickle boat.
Not that lesser known. Okay, so we're talking about which one is this? Okay, so this is the first one. This is the what's it called? The Ocean Monarch. Okay, now this is he got a section on. It's called Immigrants. Okay, and this is 1840s. Everybody's trying to get the heck out of Europe there because it's just a mess, right? And they're coming to the good old United States of A, right? But they're cramming onto these things and they can't afford it, and some of them sink. All right, so I'm going to read you passage from this one. Okay, so this is the Ocean Monarch, sets out of Manchester, out in the Irish Sea there. Spoiler alert, catches on fire and sinks.
Oh.
All right. But he's got accounts. It's mostly accounts from other vessels and from the few people who survived. And this account is from a Brazilian frigate that witnessed it taken off here. And it says, okay. Also bent on pleasure was the Brazilian frigate Alfonso, commanded by the Marquis de Lisboa. Her 40 guns were muzzled, lest their martial sight disquiet the ladies on board. Which is ridiculous, right? I mean, the martial quality of them big guns ain't going to disquiet the ladies. If anything, they're worried about them big guns, setting an unrealistic standard. Right? So, anyways, that one caught on fire and sunk. Next one, and you understand I'm only a couple of stories into this one. Okay, this one's called Expedition to Nowhere. All right. Now, this is about England, and everybody else, but mostly England, they want to find a Northwest Passage, understand? They want to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific and back.
It's a big deal.
Right over the North Pole, right through all that ice and everything else. And they say, oh, there's got to be a sea route, right? Well, there ain't. Everybody died. Spoiler alert, this one caught on fire and sank too. Even in the ice, if you imagine that. So yeah, when this one starts, where are we going here? So this one starts with, and I'm just setting the tone here, you understand? This one starts, and this is, it's told kind of in reverse order, like that horrible, Mary Shelley, what's that called? Frankenstein? Garbage. Anyways, so it starts, Captain Francis Leopold McClintock, Royal Navy, stood upon the shore of King William Island on a snowy morning, May 31, 1859. On the floorboards of the boat rested 2 piles of bones, obviously human. One pile, fragmentary and splintered, appeared to have been gnawed by wolves. The other heap was larger, in generally better shape. There were other telltale remnants, faded, tattered bits of clothing, food containers, parts of boxes, which in their sum wrote the omega to a story which had begun 14 years earlier, the English port of Greenhithe, and nobody cares. Point is, everybody died. So, next one, and this is the last one, it's the penultimate one. So we're gonna come from the Limey side, right? We're gonna come across the pond, and now a little bit later, okay, Civil War's just ended, you understand? And a lot of Northern soldiers were kept in real gladiator camps. These real bad prison camps.
Not sure they were gladiator camps, but
Antietam, was Antietam a battle or?
Well, you're thinking. Well, it was a battle.
There was one with
you're
an A.
thinking of Andersonville.
Andersonville. What was the other one you named? Because all these fellas are coming from Vicksburg, which is back in your home country.
I think
there.
Andersonville is the most
that was
hellish,
a big one.
Hellish.
And this story takes place about 9 days after the cessation of hostilities, and so all these fellas are let out, and they want to get out of the South, right? So they want to get on a boat, they're going to the Mississippi, they want to go north, because there's a lot of Southern guerrillas still going. And that complicates things, because when their boat, spoiler alert, it blows up, catches on fire, splits in 3 or 4 pieces, and the fire dies when it sinks. It sinks one at a time, but then the fire dies. But it blows up, catches on fire, and sinks, and almost everybody dies.
Gotcha.
So, but they also didn't get rescued because none of the military would go out there in the water because they thought that these guys floating down the water on burning rafts of wreckage. No, they figured they were Southern guerrillas that were just really, really clever. Anyways,
dead.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, we ain't going to approach them corpses. They probably got the Southern sympathizing ideas in them. So I had often read of burning vessels and nights of horror on the deep, and almost my first thought was, now take in this scene. That was his first thought. Let's just look at it. But self-preservation stood out strongest. I went back where I'd lain and found my bunkmate Buzzley scalded to death. So, yeah, it's a good book. I'm going to spend some time at the beach this summer, and I figured I better have a good, soothing book of maritime lore to put me to sleep. So I picked up that one, and it's worked so far.
All right. Well, folks, he paid us $100, so we're going to run Shoot Your Balls Off Gary's ad again.
Come on down, because I'm going to shoot your f***ing balls off. They don't call me I'm going to shoot your balls off, Gary, because I won't shoot your f***ing balls off. I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $99.95. I got a shotgun, and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $79.95. I got myself a Uzi, and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. $29.95. I got some 6-shooters, and I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off. Shit, you say you're broke? Hell, I got a Rambo knife down here. Bring your f***ing balls in, and we'll see what we can do. Free estimates on slicing your f***ing balls off. Shit, you think I'm kidding? I got a goddamn arsenal down here, and we are gonna find out some way to separate you from your sweet, delicate family jewels, otherwise known as your f***ing balls.
Well, we have hit the 50-minute mark.
Holy cow!
What else do we have planned? You got dessert, but I don't mind just hanging out for some more stuff.
Are you reading anything this summer, Ed?
Interestingly enough, I'm not reading anything.
You want to borrow Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth? It's all yours.
That's a good 3 pounds a book.
At least.
Good grief. No. No. If I'm going to read something this long, I'll read East of Eden again.
I'm going down to San Francisco next week, and I'm going to start reading it again.
East of Eden?
No, San Francisco, the entire city. Every street sign.
Oh, okay.
Warning sign.
Yep.
Address. And Braille ATM notification. But no, I'd like some popcorn.
Oh, what?
You're hogging it.
We can have all of it. Should we wrap this up?
Well, we got to have some dessert.
Oh.
Are you going to do some color commentary while I eat my popcorn?
I'll do that. You know, I'll do you one better.
Hey, that's not bad.
I'm going to call an audible here.
Uh-oh.
You know, we have one person who sent us a gift recently.
Oh, hey, yeah.
I don't know if this is going to work or not.
Well, let's make it work.
I think the cords might not be.
I'm going to fix that.
Well, it's plugged in behind. It's not plugged in over there.
Uh-oh.
It's plugged in down here. I'm going to shut this down because that's been a waste of effort. All right. Tell you what. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pop this box back off to set this here. All you need to do is get us some slack from this fella.
Damn.
Yep.
You close your legs, Ed. There we go. All right.
And I'll have to put this on the insert cam in a second.
Hold on.
You fish that. I'm going to stage the prop here.
Did you unplug it?
It is unplugged.
All right.
It's not unplugged. Well,
It's unplugged at both ends now.
yes. I was trying to figure out a graceful way of saying it's unplugged at both ends.
I still don't get it.
I'm plugging it in, boss.
Plugging it in, boss. Hold on.
That's a cool hand loop joke.
I know. Plugged in, boss.
Plugging it in, boss. Now this is where, as I play the record, you get in the truck that everyone's been retarring the highway with. This is probably on 78. I need to put it on 33. Gonna do that. Pull this off.
Hey, is it? Let me ask you a question, Ed. Is whatever you're going to play here a sweet song?
I believe it's a sweet song.
All right,
the whole thing.
I'm going to go grab us a sweet dish to pair with this sweet song.
Right.
You understand?
I'm gonna get everything queued up here.
Hey, some joker locked this door.
I think that was.
You son of a gun. There we go.
I'll get this framed up while he's there. Yeah. Boom. Wrong way. Boom. And we'll go this way. Haha. Oh, hell, he paid for it, so.
Come on down, cause I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off! They don't call me I'm gonna shoot your balls off, Gary, cause I won't shoot your f***ing balls off. I will shoot your f***ing balls off! 99.95, I got a shotgun, and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. 79.95, I got myself a Uzi, and I will shoot your f***ing balls off. 29.95, I got some 6-shooters, and I'm gonna shoot your f***ing balls off. Shit, you say you're broke? Hell, I got a Rambo knife down here. Bring your f***ing balls in, and we'll see what we can do. 3 estimates on slicing your f***ing balls off. Shit, you think I'm kidding? I got a goddamn arsenal down here, and we are gonna find out some way to separate you from your sweet, delicate family jewels, otherwise known as your f***ing balls.
Mike Webster in northern Kentucky is one of our big super fans. I believe he's in the Rocky Mountains this very moment, running a relay race that takes place in the Rocky Mountains. That's about all the details I know. But,
who's running a relay in the Rockies? Hey,
Mike Webster,
Captain Alliteration.
One of our super fans.
Oh, lovely.
And he purchased us a gift. This thing arrived the other day, and there was no note, there was no receipt, and it's just the kind of thing I would order off of Etsy. And my wife looked at it and said, "Are you spending our hard-earned money again on vinyl that nobody needs?" And I said, "No, I have no idea where this came from." So I went on Etsy, and I found the shop because it was on the package, And I sent the guy, Gabriel was his name. I'll find out his contact info in a second. And I said, I didn't order this. Is this sent to me by mistake, or was it a gift, or what's going on here? And he said,
"It's the Lord doth claim it."
He said it's from Mike Webster's.
Oh,
and I forgot to put the thank you note in it, and it was basically thank you for streaming. Mm-hmm. So, what is it?
You are welcome, Gabriel.
It's a TV sing along with Mitch Miller and the gang. And well, I think we're just gonna go right into this. Might have to do some sound balancing on the fly here. Like, I don't know which one of these is volume.
Whichever it is, we need more of it. Hey.
Each morning at dawn is early, singing everything the sun gives. This says don't be late. That's why I can hardly wait. Open up that golden gate, California, here I come. Oh, California, here I come. Right back where I started from.
Dutch towel? Oh.
No,
I'm sorry, that's yours.
No, it ain't. Not anymore.
All right, that's yours.
Thank you.
Although it's my old one.
Ah, come on now.
I think you've got a dessert for us, don't you?
So yeah, all right.
Should we clean plate it?
I got half a clean plate here.
All right.
I can't wait. The suspense is killing me. There are a few on this one I'd never heard of.
Avalon.
All right. While we parse what show this is from.
Yeah, let's get a close-up shot of that delicious confection you've made.
All right. So it's in honor of my birthday and my life's claimed service to our beautiful United States of America, and also the birthday of our beautiful United States of America. I made this here chocolate cream pie. I might have to do this fast because it's melting. No, hey, there we go. Look at that. Oh, I don't want to let go of this. How does it look?
Looks pretty good.
There it is. Now that's homemade whipped cream, you understand, and that's a raspberry compote that I made, and that's a blueberry compote, and them right there are white chocolate chips. So
does that represent your 8 wives?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does. Hey, oh God, that was not intentional. I'm gonna hear it from them. Let's eat this thing, Ed.
Let's eat it
before it starts melting. You want raspberry or blueberry or both?
I'll take whatever you got.
All right, I'm gonna give you a corner right up here. That's got a little bit more.
I'm gonna move this. It's cooled off.
It's got a little bit more crust on it there. And I am gonna make this disclaimer, Ed. I did not make the pie crust, and I apologize.
Who makes a pie crust these days?
Me. Every GD time except this one because
oh, all right.
I was busy this week.
Well, here we go.
I'm going to give you a generous slice here, too.
All right.
This is all raspberry.
That was my nickname in high school.
Generous slice, among others. And not because of his rapping prowess.
Nope.
Hold on.
I'm waiting for my bite.
Here we go. Hold on. Uh-huh.
Clink.
Oh, clink. No, bub.
Oh, my Lord.
Mine ain't bad. That raspberry is good.
I'd go the other way around, and I'd say that is good. Let's see. What do we got now? Would you like to take a walk, folks?
Would you? Where's the thing at? Why do the thing?
Well, I was trying to open up the frame a little bit so you could see a little bit going on. It's over here. So you made both compotes?
Not compote, that's just You just boil that berry with sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Till it, and it's creamy. Always sometimes you might put lemon juice, and if it's put too much water in, you can put a little, you know, cornstarch or flour, whatever, thicken it up. But you know it's done when it bubbles. You put it in like, you know, a saucepan that it's about halfway up, right? And when those bubbles start to pop hard, like they're gonna make a mess, right? That's when it's done. You're done. Okay, and then you want to thicken it up. You know, you might put it in the freezer or something, but it's about ready to go. When it's gonna make a mess, it's ready to go. Same thing with the chocolate pudding filling.
You know what? That dish is $1 million baby.
Baby.
All right, shall we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, it's up to you.
All right, folks. This is our July 6th. I almost said July 4th. It's our July 6th Jubilee.
Woo!
I'm Big Ed Barnum.
I'm Cole Screaming Eagle Wilson.
Thank you very much.